Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Andrew, and I'm shooting a contest video for Running with Comics 600 subscriber contest. And he had three questions he wanted us to answer, so let's get to it. Question number one: what is the favorite book in your collection? I thought long and hard about it, but I've actually got two. One of them, you guys are probably gonna think, "What the crap, Andrew? Why is this your favorite book?" And I'm like, I like it because it's honestly, I don't think anybody has it except for Hans, because Hans has everything. But this is the true story of Smokey the Bear. I remember having this book forever. I remember finding this at an antique store, and it goes through the story about how Smokey the Bear is this little bear cub, and he survives a forest fire, and then he becomes the Park Service mascot. This is actually a Park Service giveaway book, and it's not done by any comic company. It's just done by whoever the Park Service decided to have draw it. But I like it. It's neat, and I just love it. The other book that I have, my wife actually bought me. My wife and my daughter bought me, and it's a pretty cool book. And I remember we were at this shop in Florida, and I saw it on the wall. I was asking the guy about it, and the price tag was way out of my price range, and then I said, hey, I gotta go use the can. So apparently, while I was in the bathroom, my wife bought it for me. And this book is Batman 171. It's the first Silver Age appearance of the Riddler. It is also the book that they based the pilot episode of the Batman 66 TV series on. And she wouldn't tell me how much she spent on it. She did say she didn't spend what the sticker was, and she also said it was quite a bit. So I love this book. I love the Riddler's costume. I love the original Robin there on the cover, Batman. Um, this is my if the house burns down and I only have a chance to grab my kids in one book, this would be it. Ironic, it isn't it? Smokey the Bear would not be my if the house burns down book. Question number two: what is the most underrated series? I don't know if this is necessarily underrated. I just don't hear a lot of people talking about it. It's an image book, and it's not a superhero book. It's hilarious though. Every issue I read, I just laugh, and it's Chew. I love this series. It's basically your main character, Tony Chew, is he can eat food and see visions about it. So if he eats an orange, he can see the tree it grew on, who picked it, so on and so forth. Take that to in the direction that I know everybody just did, and if he eats people, he can see visions of how the person died, how they lived their life, so on and so forth. And yes, they make all kinds of eat this jokes, and the book is just hilarious. It's written by John Layman, up there at the top. He was writing Batman Detective Comics for a little while. They're in the New 52. And it was pretty good. His stuff in Detective Comics was good, but this is awesome. They've got all the way up to, I think, almost current in trade paperback right now, and they're pretty cheap on Amazon. So if you want a book that's really funny, not appropriate for kids. I'm going to throw that out there now. Not appropriate for kids. There's a lot of crude humor in here, and there's a lot of foul language in here, but if you're into that kind of thing, pick it up. It's hilarious. Next, number three. He asked what we have in our tome, our list. Now, you guys are going to laugh at me because he had his nice leather-bound orange book that was his book. This flowery book with the rubber band on it is mine. My wife ended up getting like 5 of these for Christmas last year. and they were all different ones, and she wasn't going to use this one, so I said, hey, can I use it? She said, sure. But what's in it is, right now I've got my Batman, Shadow of the Bat, let's see, Legends of the Dark Knight. I'm going to put Detective Comics in here too, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Uncanny X-Men. The Superman Doomsday Through Funeral for a Friend, and Reign of the Supermen, which, by the way, I'm just missing 2 issues for. They're the first 2 action comics of the run. And there's some more I'm going to add to this. Like, I'm wanting to work on Alpha Flight. I'm wanting to work on I'm wanting to work on Alpha Flight. I'm wanting to work on the new Teen Titans. I'm wanting to work on Green Arrow. Those are all going to make it in there. But that's what I got in there so far. Let's see, some shout-outs. Let's see. I've been watching. Let's see. Recently, I actually subscribed to you last night. I marathoned all your videos. Evan Lee. I watched all your stuff. Great videos. The guy's got an awesome collection. I watched his video number 1 where he had all of those Batman books, and I was like salivating on myself because I was like, oh man, those are awesome books. First Ra's al Ghul. Oh. Let's see. I could shout out all day long, guys, but most of the guys I'm gonna shout out, everybody else shouts out. So if I had to pick a number 2 shout out, it would be Tony. Why not Art? Because we share our interest in comics, but we also talk about our families. We are friends. We legitimately care about each other. And he always asks me how my family is, and I always ask him about his. We've got kids that are around the same age. His are a little bit older than mine, but it's cool. It's cool to have met someone who has so many common interests and someone who is genuinely awesome. Let's see. What would I ask as my question? Okay, I got 2 of them. These are ongoing debates that I have with my friends, my non-YouTube friends, and every time someone asks me a question about, one of these little ask me a question things, it's always one of these. So, my first question. If Superman and the Hulk were to get into a no-holds-barred fight, it would be a spur-of-the-moment fight. Nobody else can get in on it. Earth, space, the moon, everywhere is fair game. Who would win? Number 2. Also Superman. Where does he store his boots? He puts on his Superman costume underneath his oversized suit, but where does he put his shoes? Because if he put on shoes over his boots, he'd have like giant Ronald McDonald feet and everybody would notice. And he can't wear red boots with his suit because people notice that too. So, does he fly home in between each, emergency? Does he store a pair in every phone booth? I mean, I don't know. Just curious. And finally, for my third question, it would probably be, who would you like to see one Marvel, one DC person fight? Put them together, and they can even tie if you want to. I just want to see them fight. For me, I would like to see the Hulk take Aquaman. That's right, the Hulk versus Aquaman. Because honestly, I think Aquaman could beat the Hulk. But because, all he has to do is lure him in the water and the Hulk is boned. So, I'm just curious. Who is your DC versus Marvel super fight? Thanks for letting me enter your contest, and congratulations on the 600 subs. And, yeah. See ya.